blockers, and welcome to the second video of the pre-season breakdown for the Sunshine Coast Blood Bowl League, otherwise known as the SSCBBL. In this video, we'll be looking at the second half of the teams, which is teams 10 to 20. No, sorry, teams 11 to 20. That's how math works. We'll be talking about these teams' composition, their naming scheme, a bit of their coach history, and if you've watched before, you'll know that this is the second video, and if you want to catch the first 10 teams, you've got to watch the first video, which hopefully I can put a link in this video. All right, so to introduce myself, my name is Carl, and we've also got Luke, and we're Two Dice Block. So I guess without further ado, Luke, if you want to get into our team number 11, which is another what?
Lizardman team. Yeah. Yay. Alrighty. Today we have Dragons of Yesterday. A rookie coach to the Sunshine Coast Blood Bowl League. Not a rookie coach towards Blood Bowl at all. We have a very experienced coach here. So looking at the team composition, well, actually looking at the theme first. I love seeing name teams. Now this is awesome.
Yeah.
Snap, Crapple, and Bop. Dom, and then we get down to Robert and Chicken. These are Saurus blockers for the Dragons of Yesterday. I love it.
I am actually wondering with the theme of this Dragons of Yesteryear is like a reference to something we're just not getting. Do you reckon it's nomination worthy? Should I write the name down?
No, it's got us talking. So
all right, done. Yeah.
Probably.
Sorry. And
okay. 2 chameleon skinks, no skills. Outside of what they start with, and 4 skink runners. So okay, no Croxigore out of the blocks here. So out of the how many Lizardman teams? I don't think we've seen any double ups.
No, I think there might be 1 or 2 more after this. I'm not sure. We'll have to find out. But no Croxigore on this one.
No Croxigore. But that's how you afford 3 rerolls out of the gates with a 1.1 million starting gold. So that's actually going to be a team to watch. I have seen this team play once, and yeah, definitely going to hit hard.
Yeah, I can totally understand why some people don't like. Some people just players I know just don't like big guys just for their unreliableness. I mean, I personally like the Croxigore. I think he's probably one of the best big guys, but I can understand why some people are hesitant to take big guys. Just having that
tail is so overlooked.
Yeah.
If you get that blitz on a key player, especially agility player of your opposition, just that -1 is enough to change your tactics.
Yeah, I've seen people use the Croxigore not even as like a front line, but they pull him back as a linebacker and just throw him into a big scrum with players they want to lock down.
Just pray for that bonehead not to come up.
Yeah, and sometimes just not even activate him again, just have him lock up a couple of players with his prehensile tail.
Put it on the left-hand side of the table and watch them all run to the right-hand side of the table.
We are seeing a couple of chameleon skinks here again, which is good. Cool to see the new player type being picked. Anything else? What we got down here?
Whole system coaches, no cheerleaders, no extra fans, and no apothecary. So a very confident team list without those. From my understanding, we have a previous league winner from another Sunshine Coast league.
Yeah.
So this will be...
And he's got a lot of skinks, so you can't even just pick on his skinks. So he's got a lot there that he can run around with.
Which is great.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm seeing with all these lizard players, I think tackle might be a worthwhile skill investing in for one of your blitzes.
There's so much dodge and stunty around. It's probably a good idea.
I think that I can't remember what team it was we were talking about that had the a blitzer with Mighty Blow. I think it was the Skaven team.
Skaven.
Yeah, blitzer with Mighty Blow. I think looking now, it's going to definitely. He's probably going to go into tackle, I would say, as his next skill, and he's going to have that Skaven blitzer literally just hunt some of these skinks and just churn up SPP
for sure
for injuring skinks. Yeah, so I would say this is like the balance. So we saw the other list, which we said was really balanced. I think this is really balanced as well, but just in
Yeah,
a different
right.
way, without that Croxagore.
Well, what do we expect skill wise out of the Saurus? Block,
I would say,
guard,
yeah, block. I think block's just so good on them.
block to start with. Just up those
Mm,
probability of those blocking dice. Or
yeah, I
double
think
down.
block maybe depending on what you want to go. You could just go block into Mighty Blow with all of them. Pretty nasty effect.
But
Um, and
looking at the league rules, we tend to find that players that get one skill end up with, two or three just because of the MVP
mm,
rule.
yeah,
So, yeah, we as a team to watch. Look, every team's worthy of watching.
yeah. We've
This
said
is
that about
one that
everything. Haven't
I really want to see play some of the bigger Strength 5 teams.
we? Yeah,
See what happens.
see how this goes against ogres would be really interesting. Um,
Yeah.
right, yeah. Well, that's our 5 minutes, so we're going to move on to the next team, Orc-estrated Death. Love the
Oh,
name.
one of my favourites.
Love the name. No names to go with it. Was expecting to see some really gnarly orc names about just murdering people.
They could
Um,
all be like serial killer names,
yeah,
something
yeah.
like
Actually,
that.
that's a great idea. Um, absolutely, that's really cool. And we've got just to throw me off. They've scattered the positionals. So we've got the
Oh, yeah,
trained
stick you
troll.
on your toes.
Yeah, the trained troll. Um, the a couple of bruiser linemen, and I think all six
One,
black
two,
orcs.
three, four, five. Six goblin linemen and six black orcs.
Which
So
is
the box.
yeah, the box, and that's it. That's pretty much I think with Black Hawks.
All you need.
Yeah, it is basically. I only really got one build, the Black Hawks, and this is it. I think 2 rerolls. I'll assume. Yeah, 2 rerolls. Um, a ton of. I'm pretty sure this team had a ton of money left, and I'm not
It
sure if
does.
the coach knows that you can buy a skill because you've got 4 linemen.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the exact same thing, Carl.
Mm.
This list is, what you would expect. There's nothing wrong with it from looking at it closely. It's exactly what I'd put on the pitch.
Mm.
As for that skill, hypothetically, sure hands on a Goblin Bruiser. What do you think, Carl?
Unfortunately, you can't do that because they don't have general on primaries. Because I was thinking the same thing until I saw that.
So, which way do you go?
I think the safest pick I think is brawler on the Blackhawk, or maybe guard, not on the Blackhawk, sorry, on the troll, or maybe guard on the troll, depending on what your flavor is. You
Out on the
could,
troll and don't activate him. Just let him
mm,
stand there like a parking billard.
you could, yeah, yeah. You could go. I'm just trying to think. So they've only got agility, the goblins. So I'm not sure what to go with there. You could just give a Black Hawk like block and make him a demi blitzer, so you've got someone who can
And start
blitz more
soaking up
reliably.
those SPP from game one.
Yeah, or you just give a Black Hawk mighty blow. There's nothing wrong with
Do
that.
you think the potential low CTV against a redrafted team we will see possibility of star players? Could that be
Potentially, you got to also remember that this team gets bribes for 50k, so that could be also what he's going for here.
a lot of fouls?
A lot of fouls. So
Sneaky get them here and there.
yeah,
What is the Black Gobbo worth these days? 220?
I'm not actually sure. It's a good question. So yeah, potentially could be seeing a
Looking at the redrafted team sitting at 1.2 on average, so it's 150k, and he's still got a fair bit in his treasury by the
mm,
looks of it. So if he dug into his treasury, with petty cash, he's going to be looking at just over 200k to spend if he really wanted to go that way of a star player, because they usually start about 200.
against a
100k on
redraft
average.
team. Yeah, so that might be the go. I think against any other team he'll be looking to just get one of these bribes. I think that might be his play, and then just foul away with a goblin.
Now, I've seen this coach play quite a few games, and there's going to be a lot of two dice blocks all over the place.
Yeah. So that's well, that's good.
A
We
lot of
here at Two Dice Block, we love Two Dice Blocks.
yeah, what we
uh,
live for.
so that's pretty much our time up, actually. But I think there's really not much to say about Blackhawks because they just do one thing, but they do it so bloody well. And that is just punching and moving people all around the place. and then protecting these goblins. So I'll be really interested to see how this Black Hawk team does against in this league full of lizards.
Sure, this team will do fine.
I think so too. I think it's going to have a lot of fun punching people. Well,
Oh, yeah.
would you like to take us into our next team, which I'm glad we
Awesome.
see
Now,
one of?
this seems like a trick. It says the friendly Skullcats. I don't think it's going to be a super friendly team. The pitch. Anyway,
Well, what are you
um,
talking about? Um,
what I'm talking about is 4 begin blockers, which are great, 4 Orc blitzers, a thrower, and 2 linemen. That's good. That's yeah, that's what you expect out of a standard Orc team
mm.
these days. We this video is actually being made after first round, so I won't say anything, give anything away.
Oh, we actually
It's
did that. Did the
first
game
round.
actually get played before the
Did get played.
lockdown? Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
did not realize that.
I've just figured out which team we've forgotten.
Did we
The
forget a team?
Gator-aid. The
No, I've
Gator-aids.
definitely got the Gator-aids in there. I'm pretty sure.
Come on, I
They're
can't
right up
see them.
next. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Cool.
so because I remember them. What do you reckon about the names?
Oh, yeah. Brack, Womp, Thump, Crash. No, that's Orcs through
Yeah,
and
yeah.
through.
I was gonna say I've never seen a more orky named team.
No
Uh,
monosyllabic. Can you say that for me? No more than one syllable in each word.
yeah, yeah. That's it. That's yeah,
It's Orcs.
monosyllable. They're even a Frank. The
Monosyllable.
Orc lineman's just Frank. Love it. Um,
Exactly.
look, there's not much.
Simple.
You go.
Yeah, it's a yeah. 2 rerolls, 1 assistant coach, 1 cheerleaders. Got an apothecary out of the gates. I'm sitting at 1.17. Oh, this must be after the first match by the looks of it. Yeah,
It
that's.
might have been. Yeah. So I'm.
Yeah, I think that's what we're looking at here.
Is that why he's got the extra fan factor? Is that what's I've missed?
That's what's happened. So, um, I
Oh,
can't
his
really
team
say
value's gone
too
up.
much.
Okay, I thought it was a redrafted team. That was apologies.
No, not a redrafted team.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to figure out where the extra skills. Oh, an extra lineman has been bought.
Mm.
The looks of it, or possibly 2. I'm got a feeling that there was a troll in the original list.
Oh no.
Missed
uh,
that game. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there, so I don't want to say anything negative from the initial list that I did see, and I didn't get to see the game. But yeah, it's not a redrafted list there, Carl. This is
okay. So there's a bit of stuff that's happened in here. I still think though, going off it, um, like Orcs, I think are a really solid team, and this is like a really solid list for Orcs. Whatever it started with, you've got everything you need in there. I would say I think I found it. This Orc Blitzer now has guard, so I think that might be a recent level up.
there we go.
Uh,
And
um,
sure hand. Oh
yeah,
no, sure hand on trolls normal.
yeah, because Orcs just start with everything you need anyway. Like you've got strength 4 players, you've
Do
got
everything
block,
well.
you got a ton of block, you
You know
got
what?
sure hands, you got pass.
AV10 across 90% of your
Yeah,
players, which is just awesome.
yeah, I know you don't. You just rarely lose players. He
Oh,
may or
one.
may not have had a troll. We don't know, but I
Yeah,
don't think
I-
so.
yeah, because that wouldn't add up, would it?
Yeah. Um,
Okay. One thing that I know about this coach is he's a veteran.
a
This
veteran player.
player has, from my understanding, I wouldn't want to get this wrong, but I think he said he has been playing since first or second edition.
Oh wow, this veteran. Um,
So we, I'm, don't quote me on it, but this is a conversation I've had, and I hope I'm not getting that wrong.
oh, okay. Well, that's good to see. It's good to see like a veteran player in there, and this looks like a really
Oh, I can't
solid
wait to see this guy play for sure.
Orc team. I also comment on 1 assistant coach and 1 cheerleader, and I think that is because he probably realizes no one else has invested money in that, so he's just spent a cheeky 20k to get an
That'll be in the
advantage on
kickoff
those
event.
kickoff tables, um,
Yep.
which I think is probably pretty clever and will help out more than we think. And that is the time. Any last closing thoughts on the friendly Skullcats, which are definitely going to be friendly and not going to be unfriendly in any way?
Anything that's got skull in the title, I'm a bit cautious of.
Alrighty, so moving on, we got the Gator-aids, and I really like this team's theme too. Now, did I do the last one? I think I did, so I think it might be your turn, Luke.
No.
No,
You're
you did it. Yeah, right. Okay, so we have another lizard team. I'm going to start a little timer before I forget to make sure that we're staying on time. Um, and we got this is a bit of a traditional a mix up on the traditional build, I guess, as well. So we've got 4 Saurus blockers. So hasn't gone for the 6 Saurus block. He's got a Croxagore to start with, which is great. He's started with 1 Chameleon Skink. He squeezed in there. And
on the
a
ball, guttering, stunty, dodge, what you'd expect.
yeah, I can see the logic of just getting one of these guys just to, as you kind of your demi handler to try and catch the ball that on the ball. Um, and then
Now,
he's got a
this is
bunch
the team
of
that has also played their first round.
oh, okay, was it?
Or this might
So maybe
be,
that's where this block came from.
yeah.
Yeah. So we've got so the Saurus is leveled up, which is good. But I love his names: Hook it, Book it, Skillet, Fillet, Barry Blue Tongue, Frillneck Frank, Donnie Draco is really clever. I really like that. uh, Komodo Joe. I'm nominating this as one of my favorite themes. I really like it, and just the name, the Gator-aids, is so clever. Um, the so I love it. So you're winning anyway, mate. You just got cool names. What's more to love? The Gator-aids.
Rule of
He's got
cool
3
there for sure.
rerolls. I really would have liked to see this game because it seems like it would have been quite close because they've both got a bunch of SPP from it. So yeah, really cool. And 2
The
extra
4
fans.
Saurus out of the blocks to
Mm,
squeeze in the Croxagore and the 3 rerolls,
yeah,
which I'm starting to get my head around that because I'm a bit silly. I would just put as many strength 4 as I possibly can on the field.
yeah,
With the way this team works and their scoring potential from the skink runners, that 5th and 6th Saurus block is only, three games away, 3 games away,
mm.
right?
I feel yeah, I- I'm inclined to agree, but then you basically can't get the chameleon skink. Then I think that's the thing. So you want the
It's a
chameleon skink,
trade-off.
and you can't get the 3 rerolls. I believe. I'm not sure if you can get the 3 rerolls
I
all though.
think the 3 rerolls is a definite advantage
Yeah, um,
for Lizards.
and 11 players, no bench. I thought you might be able to get a bench with only 2 of the or he might have
Well,
had a bench and maybe one of them died. That could have been what happened.
that's assuming nothing is done. I don't think. Okay, I don't want to give too much away because, um, yeah, I believe there was no deaths for the
Okay,
Gator-aids.
that's good. That's good. There's no deaths. What do you think in terms of development for this team to get a bit of an
Um,
edge? Where do you think this team will go?
which way will this team go?
Because we've got a lot of lizards, so will the lizards be thinking about how they're going to play against other lizards?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Look, Dodge and Stunty on the skink runners. They're fast enough. They got enough agility to do ball handling shenanigans. Just block on the Saurus. That I'm pretty simple. That just
Yeah,
ups your odds, immensely.
it's just you can't go wrong with that.
Simple, and it's a primary skill. Good one to
Mm,
get straight up.
I think yeah, trying to get a skink or maybe getting this chameleon skink sure hands would be pretty nice. You have a pretty solid, or even catch would be because you could try to go for a sneaky on the ball, catch the ball when it's kicked off kind of
You're
play.
going to get the extra 3 squares. Yeah,
Could work for you. It's not going to work if your opponent has kick, but
which we haven't seen yet.
no. Um,
That's you know another one of those skills that you end up pushing into your
hmm,
roster where you can.
yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe don't know where you get it on this roster, but they haven't talked about kick. Kick's a great skill. But that's pretty much our time up. So any closing thoughts about this the Gatorades, apart from the kick-ass names?
You know what? The theme sells it. So yeah, go Gatorades.
Yeah. I'd be from the sidelines. I reckon man, they should be selling merch. Um, all right. Well, and is this a rookie coach or
He's a rookie coach. Yes,
oh well, welcome to
first
the
season with Sunshine Coast Blood Bowl.
yeah,
Hopefully one of many.
yes, welcome to the league. Keep up the cool the cool naming scheme. Um, and number 15, team 15. I'll let you bring this one. Guess what it is?
This is the fast and the furriest.
Oh, have I done the numbers wrong?
Oh no, I'm looking at different.
Yeah, I might have the numbers wrong. Are you
You got
number
here, Scaly
15?
Finks. Yeah, I can do that. No worries.
Sorry.
Okay, Scaly Finks, Lizard Man. I hope I'm looking at the same list as you are.
I think yeah, you are. I think so. I think I've got the numbers wrong. I think technically the Scaly Finks is 16 and the Fast and the Furriest are 15. I've just got the numbers mixed up. So just a note there, guys. But we'll do the Scaly Finks now anyway.
Too easy.
So if you've
Alrighty,
got it
let's
up,
count this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Saurus blockers. Exactly. Well, I shouldn't say the way to play them, but that's the way I would look at it. Filled out the rest of the roster with 2 Chameleon Skinks and 4 Skink Runners. And we have 1 bonus skill, which is brilliant.
I
Strip ball.
I think this is another one where someone's moved around a player
Should be on a Skink Runner.
yeah,
Or
because
a Chameleon Skink.
yeah, I think so because I don't think Saurus can get strip ball, can they? Only on the secondary.
So it looks like the plays have been mixed around, but that happens. It's all part of the joy of doing your list and making mistakes. And you'll just move forward. Okay, this is a returning coach, a successful returning coach, finalist from last season.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. Strip ball, we're assuming is on one of the skinks, which is pretty clever because you use them as that safety. Even if you get, your strength 2 dice uphill against Elven Blitzer or something like that, 1/3 of the time you're going to get that push. There goes the ball. You're going to create all kinds of drama when you're popping that ball out of those potential touchdown scorers.
I think that strip ball also is a good skill to have early when it's because obviously it's countered by sure hands. So having it when less people have sure hands, you'll get a lot more use out of it. Also, a combination I only realized recently that works really well is strip ball and pro, because if you use your pro reroll, and pro is really good at greed reroll, so that's rolls that you don't care if you fail. If you use it with pro, it means you can reroll 1 of the dice. So if you roll 2 dice uphill and you get a push and a skull, you can just try and pro reroll the skull, right, into something else. You don't even really care what it is as long as it's not another skull. So
the thing is, like, you don't need those kapowers to win the game.
Yeah.
If you're forcing your opponent into those dice rolls of picking the ball up 2 or 3 times over a few turns, you're doing good.
Just putting pressure on that ball, which this guy will do, I think.
For sure. 2 rerolls, 5 extra fans. That's
making money.
Be bringing in a bit of gold. Hey.
I reckon what do you reckon he's going for all that gold he's going to be bringing in?
Crocs.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he's gone. I think that's why he hasn't purchased the Crocs. Right, he's gone for the fans. He's going to see if he can get it in maybe 2 games by the Crocs, and then this will also help him get more rerolls in the future. I think that's the play.
If anyone cares to know, this is actually my round 1.
Ooh.
Hoping to down to end so we can get this game played.
yeah. If we ever do have a round 1, hey.
If we ever have a round 1, geez, what a year.
Yeah. What are you worried about this strip ball? Because I think you've got a sure hand players.
100%.
Yeah.
Because my ball carries a strength 2. Pretty much everything that's not tied up by
Gator-runners
is going to be line runners, your skink runners, strength 2. So single dice blocks against my ball carriers, and all you need is that 1 in 3 chance of the push coming up, just to force that potential -1 pickup from the strip ball player being beside the ball when he hits them. Yeah, it's
basically have you have a 2/3 chance of popping that ball out with a strip ball on your gutter runner, because you guys have dodge, but a stumble will still count as a push, so it'll pop the ball out. And a power will just knock your dude straight on his face and drop the ball anyway, plus the 2 pushes. So, if he's 1-dying your gutter runners, he's got a good chance of getting that ball out.
I'm pretty fortunate to play this team round 1 because give it 2 or 3 weeks, or rounds I should say, and there's going to be block.
Yeah.
And all those Forest Warriors, there's going to be all kinds of shenanigans going on. It's going to be a team to watch, and it is the flip side of the coin from this coach's last season team. So it's good to see the the
Yeah,
opposing horses. So
abs-
the dodgy team and now the bash team. It's great.
yeah. I think I can always see the appeal of Lizardman. You get a lot of strength, but also a lot of running ability as well and speed, which is why I think they
Absolutely.
attract a lot of people. Um,
And the
yeah,
cool
well,
mini.
good luck. I'm keen to see if you can make it to finals again. And I hope to play. I actually one lucky thing about playing against him is you'll get a lot of money because of all his fans.
Bring on the fans.
All right,
Hey,
now,
football.
um, would you say that this is now your favorite team, Luke?
As in theme wise.
Um, oh, well, I was just gonna
Different
say
thing.
favorite of all, the Fast and the Furriest. Um,
Oh, is it my favorite team?
yeah, is it
I'm
your
playing them
favorite?
for a reason.
Yeah, probably because it's your team, isn't it?
It's
Um,
my team.
yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit biased.
Go
So
the
it is
fast and the furriest.
the
Are you gonna
second,
take
the
this one away?
yeah, absolutely. It's the OG rat team, I call it. I think you were the only people that personally played Skaven, and they're back. They're back for more punishment. It's probably back for more punishment. So now I do like this team. You've got a Skaven thrower. Telling you, you really got to double down on the Fast and Furious theme here. Like I was thinking, you
Finn
should name
Diesel.
this team for its redraft: Too Fast, Too Furious. Um,
Ooh.
and like you could do like Paul Stalker as one of your gutter runners.
Might
Vin
have
Weasel,
to have
man.
a chat to
There's
you.
so much potential in that team.
Are
Um,
you gonna have to help me out here?
yeah. Um, so you got Skaven thrower. Not much to say about him. He's an awesome thrower. He's really, really good. He's fast and he's good at throwing and he's got pass and he's got short hands. He's literally everything you want in a thrower. You got two blitzers and I don't. You didn't end up redrafting any of your blitzers, did you? These are brand
No,
new.
I probably should have, but I don't. All that I'll be redrafting is a couple of SPP, which it's probably
Mm,
cool to have. That two or three that I'd um, accumulate over the season. But
yeah.
I'm quite happy to take two fresh blitzers.
Yeah, yeah, they're solid. They're actually good blitzers. The problem is that they kind of rely on getting the beat down for the rest of the team, um,
Yeah,
because
they do most of the heavy lifting.
you got three gutter runners, and these guys are all redrafted, aren't they?
That is the full redraft for me. Is the three gutter runners.
And they are dodge. You got two blodge steppers, so dodge, block, and sidestep. Very hard to deal with. They're obviously agility four with agility 2+ with dodging. So ridiculously fast. If you haven't seen a gutter runner run, it's very hard to stop gutter runners from scoring. Um, and that's even now that they've been nerfed to the new rules and can't pass as well as they used to. You've also got another one that's got strip ball, so it hasn't got sidestep. It's like more your safety attacking one, which has got strip ball, which is really good. This guy I've just seen you just run into a cage and then just two die uphill and be like, get the ball out of there. So a really good pick on that. Bunch of lion rats and my favorite piece, your really aggressive rat ogre, which is just breaks up cages and dives into fights. It's hungry. Um, and I'm interested to see because last season he had that one game where he popped off and murdered a whole bunch of people.
Round one.
Yeah, and then
I remember
he kind of just boneheaded for the rest of the season.
that. Look, he wasn't that bad, but he did get a bit of notoriety after his first game and just
Mm,
wasn't able to live up to his namesake anymore.
yeah. Now last season I believe he got in Brawler. Would you get him that again, or would you save it for Block?
No, no, that was a rookie error from my part, and I also went a random mutation, getting very long legs. So I don't know if you know much about rat ogres, but they don't do too much intercepting.
Yeah, that was probably literally the worst skill you could have rolled on that table.
I was like,
It's,
come on, claws, come
anything else
on,
would have been good, yeah. Even horns would have been great. Like,
um,
like,
thick
um,
skin, what's that one called?
yeah,
Thick skin, yeah, anything but very long legs. But you live, you learn. So that rat ogre is gone, and a brand new one is back.
yeah. And I think if this guy gets blocked, just because you use him very aggressively, he'll be real scary. He'll just be
You know what? My biggest hole in the list is no
uh,
bench.
yeah, no bench for Skaven starting. So you've got only 11 players, don't you? Which is going to be rough for your first game, considering the
But I
league we're
am
in.
sitting on 6 fan factor.
So you
And
will make money back very fast, which is good. So you'll be
well, yeah, but it's problematic because yes, I can buy a new player, but does that match up to how many are going to die?
yeah. And this team has a habit of its players dying I don't know.
Yeah, I've had a few star gutter runners. You know, their journey ended pretty quick.
Mm.
But, you know, that's what
New
they do.
season,
I'm used to it. New
new
season.
season, new league, and we'll have to pretty much sum up there. So I'll quickly go over. You got 3 rerolls, which I think is awesome. You got the apothecary to keep some of your gutter runners alive, and you got some extra fans to get you some money, putting you.
GTV at 1.19.
Yep. So yeah, solid redraft. I think I'm really looking. I think this is going to be. I hope to have a lot more less deaths with this this league.
Thank you.
um, right. Well, I'll let you do. The Nightcrawlers, a shambling
Gambling
undead
on
team.
dead. Awesome. A rookie coach again. It's, I looked at the numbers, and out of 20 teams, we have 20 new coaches. So that's good. That's great. Couldn't be happier.
20 new coaches.
Sorry, did I say 20?
Mm,
We've got
10 new
10
coaches.
rookies, 10
Ah,
rookie coaches out of 20 signed on.
oh, awesome.
Yeah, I think that's good. Hopefully we're doing something right, and we'll get more players next season. A lot more redrafts and stuff like that. But moving forward from that, the Nightcrawlers, Shambling Undead. Let's check this list out. 2 mummies, both with guards, so that means there's a lot of linemen there to give
I
the
think this is a very good pick, the guard. I think that's really, really good.
you can't go wrong.
Mm,
Arguably the best big guys in the game. No negative traits, as I
mm,
would say. The only downfall, and there's no secret, the 3 movement on the
yeah,
mummies. You know,
abs-
you get knocked down, and then you're probably going to stay in that same spot for a little while.
mm,
2 white blitzers. They do exactly what they're meant to do. Block regen. Not going to die, and they're going to hold up that defensive cage pretty well. Wow, yeah, undead ghoul runners. If
yeah,
you could,
good players.
yeah, they're definitely good, and they do exactly what the name says. They're runners. They're going to get the ball. They're going to cause all the trouble, moving around the pitch, and then filled out the roster with lineman zombies. Yeah, okay,
Yeah, a couple of zombies, a couple of skeletons, just a big bench. So you,
yeah,
you're not gonna you're not gonna outnumber this team.
definitely not, definitely not. How they go rerolls, 2 rerolls, 1 assistant coach, 1 extra fan, no apothecary, but that's because they can't take them.
Mm.
I believe
And
team
they
good, team
pretty much
ready.
all have regen except for the ghoul runners, which is really rough because these guys tend to
Now,
attract attention.
team development, what would you be looking at?
Probably sure hands on a ghoul when I can get it, on one ghoul. Um, I really rate getting a white blitzer with tackle. Considering the league, I'd get a white blitzer with tackle pretty early on, and just use it to hunt skinks, or like goblins or whatever else you want to hunt because there's a fair bit of that going around. There's a lot of dodge, so even your blodgers and stuff, and my blodgers, tackle is going to be a really valuable skill. In terms of that, oh, and of course a zombie with mighty boot, as they call it, dirty player. Just a
Ah, yes.
foul. Just a foul because you've got such a
Because
bench, you don't care if you
what
get
does
sent
a
off.
40k higher cost player do besides fouling?
Yeah. Block up the line, basically. That's the 2 things they do. They block up and they foul. Though, I reckon he'll get
Absolutely.
a lot of work out of these dudes with these 2 guard pieces. They'll be.
I'm anticipating a lot of handoffs and probably not as many passes as
Mm,
that last team, the Fast and the Furriest.
yes. I think this is also a team that will benefit from spreading its SPP out rather than having one player get it all.
Okay,
Um,
random skills, or would you be picking and making star players out of your chosen players?
I think for the zombies, you can and the skeletons, you can afford to just go random and see what you get.
Your blitzers, you go run as your mummies.
My blitzers, I
Definitely
would prefer
choose.
to level up how I'd want them because I would definitely want one with like maybe mighty blow. I'd want one with probably guard and want one with tackle and maybe
It would have
mighty
been
blow. The runners, I definitely want to probably them to skill up into running the ball or protecting the ball. Like getting
sure
a good
hands
runner with
like you
fen's not
said.
bad, um, so that
Hmm.
the ball's protected. So like I don't know, I like to with the positionals pick them, but for these cheap linemen, I mean you can always just see what you get if they get like some FPP. Um,
Now,
and if you really don't like it, you can just fire them and buy a new one. Like they're freaking zombie. They're cheapest chips. Like,
Definitely going to be a team to watch. I've drawn them. I think it's round 6 or
mm,
round 7. So late game. Um, yeah, everything that you said has got me worried.
mm.
Uh,
I think they're a really solid, balanced team. Like they've got everything you need in a team. They're a good midway team.
yeah, those, like you said, those all those linemen, they're just going to hold ball control, and then the mummies are going to bash the hell out of whatever else they can
Mm.
get close to. And those ghoul runners are going to be running, handing off, and doing all kinds of stuff like that. Definitely a
Ac
team to watch.
yeah, actually going back to what skills, the mummies probably are the probably brawler. Brawler's probably good enough for them, just
It's
to
enough to
reduce,
be good thing.
yeah, just to reduce the odds of you getting like a double boat
Now,
down.
I wouldn't be putting the mummies on the line of scrimmage for the kicks.
Yeah, it depends on who you're playing, I think, is how I'd
Yep.
set that up.
Situational.
Yeah, that guard's really good. You definitely want to not get them caught up anywhere. But
True.
that's the Night Crawlers at Shambling Undead. Really like this team. I really like Shambling Undead. They're really cool. I was really actually considering playing them one time. Um, and now we've got number 18, the Maw Town Tyrants, which are another redrafted team.
They're
Uh,
not really a redraft because they haven't taken over
oh,
any
okay. Are they
team.
just redone the name, but he's basically hired everything, I
So
guess.
it's season 2 for the Maw Town Tyrants,
Hmm.
and they've basically sacked their list, started with a whole fresh team, which
Okay.
um, there's probably a lot of reasons for it.
I played this
Probably
team like the very first game last season, so I never really got to see where they developed and what
I
happened
played
to
them
them.
last round and it was hell. It was totally enjoyable, don't get me wrong, but it was, yeah, because of my CTV at the time and the way that this team runs low on CTV.
It's just lots of
um,
inducements.
yeah, from memory I had Griff and Deeproot both in the same team, so that was one of those things that you just have to, adjust for on the fly. But yeah, keep going there, Carl. Sorry.
Oh no, so he's got it's very similar to the other ogre list we saw, but a bit different, right? So he's got the ogre ruck punter. He's got a um, full stack of ogres. Um, he has then a ton of Noblars. And I don't see any bought skills on any of these guys. So I
No,
don't think he's purchased any skills, but he has a really low team value. He's got no rerolls, which is I don't know how he does it. He's a champion. I can't
put
do
it
no
this way.
rerolls. I can't do any less than
We
two
all know
rerolls.
if you play a league with no rerolls, definitely going to learn something about dice rolling, and you're going to get really, really good at it really, really quick, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
right,
You got to trust, ultimate trust in your team
up
here.
to yeah,
Um, but yeah, so he's purposely kept his team really, really low. So no spending on support staff.
will
Um,
be star players all over the
yes,
place if
so
my predictions are right.
expect to see some griffs. You might even get the overpriced Morgan Thor, the overpriced ogre.
It's
Um,
every possibility. Yeah,
and yeah, so be ready to face some star players when we play against this team. And there's some crazy star players in the new rules, and they all got cheaper, and they all got like special abilities. So this
right.
is
All the once per game rules.
yeah. So I mean, you throw Griff on this team. Griff's like LeBron James, man. He can just do it all. Um, so um, and I feel like that's where this is going to come from. He's just going to be like versing a lot of star players. We'll just do some
you
crazy,
know,
crazy things.
Star players are amazing and they have their place in the game. But when it comes to the players leveling up, when you have those star players doing all the heavy lifting,
Mm,
um, yeah, it's one of those situations where that SPP for the casualty from deep root knocking over your
yeah.
whatever it kills, just going to just
Well,
miss
that
that a little bit.
yeah, I'm inclined to agree, and that's obviously the big criticism with Griff, right? Griff Oberwald, amazing star player, one of the best.
So,
But he is a SPP hog. He can do it all, so he does it all, and he gets all the SPP for your team.
guess what? At the end of
Um,
the day, if the league's not based on who has the most SPP.
yeah,
It's
that's
going
true.
to come down to who has the most touchdowns, and that's how the game's won.
Mm. And also, there's other prizes we've forgotten to mention as well. So might just be out to do like most damage and stuff like that. Did this team win? I can't remember if we did chocolate armor last season.
We didn't.
Really keen to see a punching
Keep
bag
an eye on
award or
it.
something. Yeah. So that's the Maw Town Tyrants. A very different ogre list to the one we saw up the top.
No rerolls.
But I think will be a lot. I think it's a lot of throw teammates from this one.
Definitely look out
Uh,
because these ogres started getting their momentum up towards the end of last season, and I'm pretty sure they've carried through that team spirit
yeah.
for this one. They're going to be out for blood.
Yeah. Yeah, and just expect to see some crazy. You don't know what to expect from this team because it's coming down to the inducements, right? So when you play them, it's
Can't
like,
plan for that.
yeah. But that's the Maw Town Tyrants. That's pretty much about 5 minutes up. We've got about 30 seconds. And it's a returning coach, of course.
Wow. Then we now have, I believe it's the Noble Spirit, coached by some
This is
dude.
my team, the returning team. So I'll let you can walk through um,
Awesome.
this one. So I
Okay,
did
so this
yours.
is a redraft list, one of 4 redraft lists that we've got this season, if I count correctly. Let's have a look. So we've got a thrower, 2 blitzers, 4 bodyguard, 3 linemen, and an ogre. So no bench. Am I looking at the wrong?
No, I really wanted one, but I just could not afford to get one
Okay,
in
so
there.
that's not a
Um,
typo.
so yes,
Looking, looking at what I got here, you've got. Oh wow. Okay, so your redrafted players are your 2 blitzers
correct.
and 1 bodyguard.
2 bodyguards I've
Got two
redrafted,
bodyguards.
and the ogre.
The ogre got redrafted as well.
So you'll see my
So
TV is quite
is the
high.
ogre sitting on much SPP?
No, I think he literally just had enough for a level up. The main reason
Okay,
I went for the redraft is you've got Sir
got
Jameson
guard.
de Skill here, and who's the other one? So Jin the Dry and Eldorado the Ogre. They've all got guard. I felt like this team.
So that front line is just going to be 2 dice blocking all over the place.
Well, it's also just this team's very defensive heavy. Like Nobles, they play a really strong defense, but they're a late league team as well. Like they really struggle when they first
So
start.
the redraft is probably the way to play him is for a 2 or 3 season run.
Yeah, I think so. They definitely playing this team with this list. It's definitely felt much stronger than just felt much easier than coming out with them when you don't have dodge on your blitzers, when you don't have guard on your bodyguards or anywhere. They're really rough. But the great thing, these bodyguards with stand firm wrestle guard, stand firm guard is very very good. Um, and then you suddenly your linemen aren't getting punched into the ground as much. Your other bodyguards aren't getting punched into the ground as much. You can actually kind of hold the line a bit better. Um, and your blitzers
Okay.
can kind of do the thing they're supposed to do, which is run around and kind of be a bit elfy. But they can't really be a bit elfy until they get dodge. Um,
So with your theme, it seems like you're a raging alcoholic.
you're not far off the truth. Yeah, so spirit, it's not the spirit you think of. Yes, they are all named after types of spirit. Spirits.
I will put my vote in for this team's theme just because
um,
I'm a fan of alcohol at times.
yeah,
I've been known to have a cold one or two.
yeah. Not that we
Now,
encourage that kind of behavior, but
no,
yeah,
no,
this team's all
definitely don't
for
do that.
it. There
So
was I believe there was a Sir Label the Black in there, but I think he died. Um, unfortunately, I know people were fans, but I couldn't keep Captain Morgan. So Captain Morgan was the original captain of this team, the thrower. He was
oh,
the
you've got a
thrower.
new one. Baron Shmidi?
Schmiedi. He's actually a good drink. If you have a chance, it's a good rum. But
Well, your team composition is what you'd expect for a second season team.
mm,
4 bodyguards, you can't go wrong. 2 blitzers, 1 thrower, 3 linemen to fill it out, and the ogre, which is one of those ones that people debate over. We'll give
yes,
you the
and we'll
ogre.
talk about that. I think when we get to the next noble team. But 2 things I didn't like is I really wanted a bench to start with, and I really wanted 3 rerolls. But just the noble rerolls are so expensive.
You've redrafted 5 players.
Mm,
Bit of give and take.
yeah, I think so. I think it's worth. I decided that it's the guard. Just investing in that guard, getting that guard was really important.
Oh,
Um,
without giving too much away, I've played this list 2 or 3 times now,
mm,
and yeah,
yeah, and we
definitely one to
hopefully
watch.
should have a video of that up as soon as I can get the damn video working.
Yeah,
Um,
we're working on technical
yeah,
difficulties.
yeah, yeah. Working out. No, I haven't bought any extra fans, but I have 4 fans left over from my last season
That's
because
that's
just like
enough.
it suggested, this list struggled at the start, but it started coming through at the end. I think I won my last 4 games, and only 2 rerolls, and that's basically it. It's sitting probably at one of the most highest teams, which I think is
I
probably
think
to be
it's
expected.
tied for most CTV at this point.
Really? I think
Yeah.
that's to be expected with Nobles. I think they're just generally an expensive team, and they run at high CTV. So 1,200.
Righty.
Cool, and that's it's a noble spirit. Not, I'm no longer the only noble team though.
Ah, yes, our last team. You want to
Last
take
team.
this one away?
Oh, and obviously, yes, I played last season, so I'm not a rookie coach. Um, so last team is Orbiting Death, which is another nobility team. It's good to see another noble in there. I think I'm actually matched up to play this team first, so it's going to be a mirror match throughout the
Oh,
game, which
for
I'm
another ogre.
really interested in because this is like the other noble build, where like the full noble build where you drop the ogre and you just take all the positionals, and you get a bench. So here we've got 2 throwers, one with leader, and I think that's I wanted that. I wanted that so bad, so bad. So leader on
Come on,
this
you're
guy,
only
you just
one
turn him.
completion away from MVP. That's
Yeah,
not too
yeah.
hard.
This guy is basically going to be a leader caddy, so he will likely get leader. He might get block if he gets another skill, but you will probably mostly see him hold the ball and go and hand it off. The other thrower is there just as backup, and also because he's higher armor than the lineman, and you just kind of use him as a lineman. Um, this running pass skill is a great skill, I think, on other throwers. I think it's fairly useless on the Imperial thrower, just because his throw is just not good enough and he's not fast enough to make the use of it. I think on like an elf, like catcher or something, running past
Be
like
great.
things with speed 8 or high speed, like Skaven thrower, it'd be pretty good on because you could actually utilize it a bit more. But I've just felt like I've never been able to use this running pass.
Pass,
Uh,
move up, cause that, block that lane to the ball carrier, and
Yeah,
yeah.
potentially, but you find that if you're moving up to pass, you're going to use the max movement anyway, just to get the short pass. At least that's what I found in my experience.
So you
You,
think leader is probably the go-to skill on an Imperial thrower
leader or
and
block,
block?
leader or block, I
Or
would
block.
say.
Okay.
You can also go sure hands. I had sure hands on my old one, and that worked really well. I would probably take sure hands in this league with some strip ball floating around. You'd need some sure hands, but leader is great because it just gets past the super expensive. Think about that; it's a 70k skill, right? Um,
What else are we looking at here?
so
Two
two.
rerolls.
So I'll go through the rest. We've got 2 blitzers, which yeah you got to take. They're overpriced to start with, but they get good. 4 bodyguards. These guys are really awesome. Once I get guard, they're done. They're awesome.
Wrestle.
Um,
Wrestle's great.
yep, and
Really underrated.
a bench with 4 linemen, which is what you need because I find the nobles take casualties, so you want a bench with them. And they're going to take casualties in this league because there's so much strength 4.
Yeah,
Um,
it's huge.
2 rerolls. That's pretty. I don't think there's really any way starting to get 3 rerolls with the nobles. They're just too expensive. 4 extra fans, so he's going to obviously try and just get some money to maybe save up for the ogre or save up for a 3rd reroll, or more bench, really. But yeah, I think
Depends
this is
how
really
that first game goes, really.
yeah, it does. He's up against me, so he'll like get a ton of money. Like it'll be a higher money game, so he will
Are you
get.
guys versing round one?
Yeah, I think so. Um,
Okay.
and I've got fan factor of 4, so he's getting 80k regardless of touchdowns. Um,
You got
so
a
yeah, I think this will be. I think this is a really good list. It might feel really rough to start with, but I think it's good. Um, and his
okay,
TV is
so go through
1060.
skills for level ups. Who's going to be getting the touchdowns in this sort of team?
The blitzers for sure. The blitzers you want to feed it to the bodyguards if you can. What you don't want to happen is you don't want any of these dudes getting any SPP. They are not worth it. Because if you add what 20k to them, they're probably not worth what they cost. You could probably get 1 kick, and that might be alright, or 1 dirty player would be my suggestion. Because he's got a bench, if you can get 1 dirty player and you just foul really
So,
expensive elves and gutter runners and
what,
stuff.
what about Mighty Blow? Make one into a bit of a hunter.
I feel like you could do that with the blitzers would be better at it.
The
It is a
blitzer's going to
secondary.
soak it all up.
And also, and this is the weird thing with this team is they do have a lot of access to different skills. So the blitzers don't have strength; they got agility in general. so they become kind of more like elf blitzers. Whereas these guys are all strength, so they generally go guard, and you can go mighty blow on these dudes is really good too. But getting a mighty blow blitzer is pretty nice. Like a mighty blow blodge stepper is pretty nice.
What's that? 3 skills?
Yeah, but I did find that these blitzers get shitloads of SPP.
What's their lifespan like?
As long as not getting punched too much, it's not too bad. Once they very quickly get dodge, so they're pretty survivable. And they're not like super low armor, so they're actually not bad. I find the lifespan's pretty tough on these guys because they tend to get punched a lot, right? Like the thing with stand firm and fend is that they're really good skills, but they require you to get blocked to use, and sometimes your opponent just rolls powers.
It's an easy game when you're rolling powers.
Yeah. And then these poor guys losing bodyguards is really rough. they're really tough because they're just matched up against such strong things early on. But yeah, I like this. I like nobles. They're cool. They're a really cool team. They play differently to standard humans.
Nice.
And is this a new coach?
This is a new coach from my understanding. First season, and like always, I hope they enjoy themselves and come back next season.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we get to next season with all these crazy lockdowns going on.
Yeah. And that, I believe, is the last team for season 2. So we have done all 20, so breaking down the lists, and I hope that's given everyone a good sneak peek at all the different teams that are going to be in this league when it hopefully starts, and have some favorites that they want to follow, because I quite like following other teams that aren't my own.
Definitely gonna try and tie all this in with the Blood Bowl Sunshine Coast Facebook page. So if you're logging on to that sort of stuff regularly, hopefully everything will be running smoothly by then, and we will have games and all kinds of stuff cranking.
Yeah. So watch this space. We'll hopefully have on the 2 Dice Block channel, we'll have a game up that you can watch if we're still in lockdown between Luke's team and my redrafted team. Just as something to watch. Also, we'll have a bit of a document coming soon that you guys might get a kick of. And watch the Facebook page for the nominees for the Best Theme Award or Best Naming Scheme Award pop up, because there'll be a vote that's probably popping up there not too far away.
Excellent, dude.
Yeah. Well, aside from that, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the pitch.
Good luck and have fun.